Those things happen, but we are always ashamed when we hear about them. And it's brought about by this bigoted minority I'm telling you about. When the country gets into a war, the reins are off to save the country at that time. And when the war ends suddenly, as this one did that I'm talking about, it's difficult to get the people to understand that the emergency has passed and they must go back to a normal way of life and remember that the law enforcement authority is of no value unless the people are behind that law enforcement authority. And I think that's usually the case. I've found it so, and nobody's had more experience with it than I have, and I'm bragging a little bit when I say that, but I spent 10 of the best years of my life in the Senate of the United States and 8 years in the White House, and I'd also been in charge of the county government for about 8 years before I went to the Congress of the United States, and I know what I'm talking about. I've had experience with people. I had a bunch of Negroes come to see me while I was in the White House, talking to me about implementing the Civil Rights Bill, particularly as it affected the anti-lynching bill, it was called at that time. And I had a long conversation with them. And when they left, they found out that they were talking to somebody who was pulling every string he possibly could and using every means at his command and all the authority he had to get the civil rights thing implemented.
Could you tell us a bit about Auntie Carolina? Was that her name?
About what?
Auntie Carolina? Was that her name? Auntie?
Oh, yes.